very good friend of mine. Very funny fella. I'm glad I know him. Welcome to the stage, Mr. Dirty Four and a Half.
Make some noise for Chris. Big dumb Chris. Make some noise for Chris, man. He's helping us all live our dreams, right? Fucking Twisted Cork. Make some noise for Twisted Cork.
Yeah.
I said it right? I only got my GED. I don't know if I fucked the sign up or not. Yeah, look, man. Speaking of dreaming, man, I'm pissed off. I don't know if I should even be doing comedy tonight. I'm fucking pissed off. Last night I went to the bathroom because I got the worst bladder now that I'm over 40 or whatever. I can barely sleep, so I'm up and down all fucking night. Like, pee, sleep, pee, sleep, pee, sleep. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know how I got that much fucking liquid in me, and I'll be having like a dry mouth too. I'm like, how's that working? How's my mouth dry and I have to pee? I should be keeping some of the liquid from my mouth. So I jumped back into bed last night after taking like my 5th urine of the night. I jumped back into bed. As soon as I jump back in, I go to cuddle with my girl, and she gave me like a UFC elbow to the mouth. And this shit really hurt. I'm like, what the fuck? She just elbowed me in the mouth. And it wasn't the pain that kept me up for the next 30 minutes. It was just trying to make sure she was actually asleep in my mind. Because I was trying to see if it was like really like a revenge thing. That she purposely just, there's no way somebody sleeping could elbow you that hard in the mouth. There's no way possible. In my mind. So I just sat there for the next 30 minutes like trying to pretend like to see if she does like a fake wake up so I can just elbow her ass the fuck back. And I finally went to sleep after I realized she might have just been asleep. But I still just wanted to elbow her anyway. I might try to get her back tonight. I don't even fucking know. Like, that was a hard fucking elbow. Either way, I'm signing up for UFC. She could be the champ. There's no way we are wasting her talent. If she can elbow me that hard asleep, imagine what she could do to a bitch awake. You know? It's throwing me off, man. I love it. Yeah, you know, that happened to me. You know, when I was in jail, I went to jail. A lot of people don't know this. If you guessed I went to jail before, you're racist. You piece of shit. Proven Kentucky. Nah, but the first crime I ever went to jail for was robbing the Chinese man. Yep. That's maybe why I can't get an Asian girl. They're still mad about what I did to their uncle or whatever. But yeah, I was like 12 or 13 years old. We was cutting school. We was playing hooky. We was being truant. I don't know what they call it out here. What is it called when you cut school out here when you don't go to school?
It's skipping.
Skipping? We was skipping. Yeah, we was skipping. And we was hanging out with these girls. I also am a gang member. If you also guess that, then you also are again racist. But you got good instincts. I'm not mad at you. You probably also know I like watermelon too, don't you? You're on the fucking money. I am a black bingo card, a black watermelon. In a gang, went to jail, likes watermelon. Fried chicken too. Bingo! Bingo. So yeah, so I was sitting there and we was hanging out with these girls or whatever, and they was telling us how last week they had cut school with the opposite gang. And how they had got them food, and how we were worse and not cool like the other gangs. We couldn't get them food. We only had drugs for them or whatever. They had standards, I guess. Food and drugs. So we went outside. We had like a group meeting. Like we had like a meeting outside. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? We gotta get these girls some food. So my one friend said, why don't we just call the guy, and the guy comes and we just snatch the food and run. So we called the guy. We didn't really beat him up enough, and he walked up. We just grabbed the food. But we were so young and dumb and barely criminals that we ran back into the same house that we had called the Chinese food man to. So it was open and shut case. They didn't really have to do any investigating. They just came and knocked on the actual door. We ran back in, and they arrested me, and I went to jail. Yep. That's my first time I went to jail. She seemed shocked. Like, it's a real story. Real story. When they came into the house, though, the cops came, they knocked on the door, everybody in there is scared, people are jumping out the window and stuff like that. I took my coat and I put it over my face, and I pretend to sleep on the couch. I'm like this. The cop came in and just snatched my coat. He said, get the fuck up! No, you're not asleep. And then I tried to pretend like I was waking up. What's going on here? You know what the fuck you do? You just robbed the Chinese man. So he took me. I was waiting for my girl to do that last night for her to pretend to wake up so I could. But no, so he took me to jail or whatever, and I went to jail. That was my first time getting arrested. Second time I got arrested. Yeah, unbelievably, I got arrested more than one time. I know you guys. They arrested me again. Second time I got arrested, it was because I was at a gang meeting. I don't know if we got arrested for an unlawful assembly. That's when you get together without a permit. I didn't, and nobody in the gang knew to get a permit, so I feel like it was unfair. We just thought we could hang out at the park in a large group of bandanas. We didn't know. When the cops showed up, everybody was surprised. Like, what are they doing? How did they know we were here? Who snitched? They took us to jail. All right. The third time I got arrested. I'm a multiple offender. Yes. Me and my cousin. No, that's the fourth time. My bad. I'm messing up. I didn't write it down. The third time I got arrested was a Pretty Ricky I don't know if y'all remember Pretty Ricky, the rap group Pretty Ricky. Who remembers Pretty Ricky? Make some noise for Pretty Ricky. So it was the night of a free Pretty Ricky concert. I was walking down the street with drugs in my wallet that I was going to give to one of my workers. And the cops seen me give a handshake to a guy and they swore we just sold drugs. So they pulled me over, searched me. And good thing I hadn't sold drugs at that time, but I did have drugs on me. Bow, went to jail. Bullshit. They bonded me out and I went on a run for about 6 months. I can never run really good. I'm fat. But I always attempted to run from the cops. So the fourth time I went to jail, I'm a career criminal, was not a good career for me. I'm not exceptional. The fourth time I went to jail, me and my cousin were on a B&E. Who knows what a B&E is? Anybody knows? You know over there?
Breaking and entering?
Breaking and entering. I knew you went to jail too. You have the face of the guy that I was playing chess in the park with. But yeah, so no, it was a break-in and enter. Me and my cousin both broke into the crib. We got in there. Well, he did it. He had like a fucking foot. He could kick open like Fort Knox. Just kick the shit open. I'm like, oh, let's go in there, you know. We got in the crib. We're in there. He's upstairs trying to get the TV or the safe or something. I'm downstairs and I'm looking out the window and I see the fucking cops pull up to the house. I'm like, oh shit. So I ran to the bottom of the stairs. I'm like, Boxy! I'm trying to scream but yell at the same time. I don't want the cops to know we're there. Boxy, the cops is there. This nigga came with some mutant shit. He jumped down the stairs like in one leap. Came down the stairs. He said, yo, they're here? They came to the back door. They said, freeze! Or we gonna shoot you. So I said like this. Jigs up. This motherfucker said, you gonna have to shoot me, and ran and jumped through the front window. Just broke through the front window. Shit was crazy. Yeah, so they take us to jail, and I didn't know they caught him already. And they said, yo, if you want to go home, your cousin already took all the credit. All you gotta do is just tell us he did it. And I said, what? He took all the credit already? They said, yeah, just sign this paper. And I said, fuck you, take that paper, you shove it up your fucking ass. I'm not no rat. Right? Thank you. And they said, well, he already told us everything. All you have to do is sign this paper and agree. It's not like you're rat, and he already told us he did it. And I said, I don't know if you heard me, buddy, but you can take me to the fucking county, because I ain't about that shit. So they went the whole way, and I'm looking at them, and they're like, all right. But they come back in, they said, this is your last chance. I said, I never wanted the first one. And I got down to the county jail, and my cousin looked at me, he said, man, they told me if I said I confessed everything, you can go home. I said, are you serious? He said, yeah, all they said you do had to sign the paper. They didn't offer you no paper to sign? So they did offer me a paper to sign. And I turned it down. I said, why? So I thought they wanted me to rat on you. I didn't know you should have had like the same way. Okay, that was many times I went to jail. When I went to jail, I ended up in prison. Did you know the difference between prison and jail? Who knows that? Make some noise if you know the difference. I knew Trina being good. You been to both, Trina? I love her laugh. Thank you. But I'm wrapping up. I know. So the last, I was in prison, and usually when you're in prison, washing people's drawers is like, that's like they say you're a pussy for that, right? You can't be washing people's drawers. But that literally was my job when I was in prison. The prison gave it to me. I was the laundry man. So I got to stay up at night and watch TV. So I ended up washing a bunch of people's drawers, when I was in jail or whatever. But it wasn't because I was pussy. It was just because it was my job in jail. So don't think I'm a bitch or nothing. I would say if you go to jail, less people get raped, you know what I mean, than you think. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people are doing it voluntarily anyway. So don't worry about that. Also, if you drop the soap, your biggest worry should not be picking it up because you're getting raped. It should be just picking it up, period, because of all the germs that are in that area. That seems very unhygienic. Thank you. Make some noise for Chris.
Keep it going with 34 and a half.